Welcome back, friends. This is Rohit Devankan, again presenting you a very important strategy, which is Open Range Breakout and Breakdown, part of price action strategies. This strategy can be used as a standalone strategy or can be mixed with other strategies, and we'll go deep into the system, not only to explain what Open Range is, but how to use those strategies to maximum benefit to you using TSR strategy. So in coming session, we'll tell you all those important concepts of Open Range and how to configure that in TSR. If you are familiar with TSR, great. If you're not familiar with this TSR, or if you have not seen our previous videos, what I recommend is you go to topstockresearch.com, go to the bottom of the page. You will see certain YouTube videos. It's in both English and Hindi, so whichever language you are more comfortable, you can just watch them and get familiar with the product before you get into some of the advanced strategies. Okay, so coming back to the focus, which is Open Range Breakout. So basically, what is Open Range? Open Range is the first range of any particular candle. For example, if we just take a stock of our choice, using any of the stock, let's say TCS, and we take a 5 minutes chart, the open range would be this range, which is for 15 minutes. Open range would be the first tick. Would be the first tick over here. Whenever this range for 15 minutes tick, which is 9:15, 9:20, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30, this is your open range, the highest level and the lowest level of the open range. So to make it easy, currently what I'm using is 5 minutes chart. To make it easy, what you could do is you can simply go to 15 minutes candle, and so automatically the range that we have drawn becomes 15 minutes. Why I went into 5 minutes is because it's easy to see how the subsequent candle moves. So this becomes the open range strategy, right? So what is open range? We have briefly understood. Why it is important? It is important because of some of the reasons that I'll be coming in a short while, but it's really important to utilize it. And once you get a fairly good idea about the strategy, you can use it to maximize your profit. And what are the key highlights of open range? Okay, that's what we'll be covering. So why it is important is because it's very clearly defined. So you can go for either a 15 minutes open range, or you can go for half an hour open range, depending on the market conditions, depending on what you are more comfortable at. So you can choose between 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or maybe 30 minutes, or some of the users may even go for 1 hour in 7 to 8 hours of trading session. 1 hour open range is also very good, right? So you have very clearly defined time range. You have very clearly defined support and resistance, so there's no gray area. Over here, if we see in the 15-minute candle, you have this range up and down. The range is very clearly defined, so there's very less ambiguity. There's no gray area that what should my support or resistance be. It's very clearly defined. Then it helps to identify overnight sentiments. So what happens is, why open range is important is because open range starts after a long pause. So market normally closes at 3:30 and it opens at 9:15. Then there are a lot of things which may have happened. It could be company related news, corporate actions, or it could be global macroeconomic factors, or any of those factors which could be affecting the stocks. So that's why you will see that all those things which is cooking up overnight gets reflected in first 15 minutes. It could be aggressive buy, aggressive sell, or aggressive volatility in the market. So so once that is done, it normally lasts for about 15 minutes, or sometimes it goes to a little more. Then you get a clear direction of the market. So that range becomes very important for open range strategies. Think it as a very, very different way, right? Let's say you go to a theater, and there are a lot of people queuing up, but no seat allocation is there. The moment you see that the door is opened, everybody tries to rush, and within 10 to 15 minutes, if there are enough seats, people get settled. So that's a typical kind of volatility which happens. It happens in a lot of fairs also, where there's a huge discount coming on certain days and something like this, right? So all those overnight sentiments which are there in the mind, that what will be it, how will it be, right? So you try to grab in the first possible opportunity. So there's a lot of rush which gets captured in this thing. Since there's a lot of rush and a lot of news which is there, So there could be a lot of buyers, could be a lot of sellers. So the volatility is very good. So it's easy to get into the market and exit out of the market because of the volatility and the things. Even if the trade volume is high, you will be able to capture it much easily, right? It comes with good risk reward ratio. So like all other strategies in TSR, we also have back testing for this. So you can always go back and look at it, how the good risk reward ratios are on this particular side, right? But generally, if you trade with a particular one, so you need to decide whether you want to go for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Once you go there, observe it for some days, then you'll get a fairly good idea that how the market movement is there. And of course, TSR strategies are there to help you to get there. Okay. Very clearly identifiable stop loss. So once the level is broken, like at this level, so the stop loss could be here after it retraces, or some would like to have stop loss up here, right? So since the support and resistance level are much better identified, so is the stop loss, right? Ideally, you would like to go with the trailing stop loss. Once it crosses below certain level, then the stop loss should keep flowing down over here. Okay. Then certain examples. This is one of those examples where this is for AFL India. Initially, there was not very clear direction where the market would be. So after market opening, there was a little bit of indecisiveness. Once the range is broken and it has given a stellar move. Similarly, we have some other examples where again there's a after 15 minutes breakout. When you saw that the breakout has happened along with good volume, it has given very good move, right? Similarly, we have plenty of examples out here. There's another example for Andhra Cement. Once the open range is broken, it has gone into very good market. So few other things that you need to consider, which we'll be telling in the subsequent slide, is look at some of the other indicators here. In all the three examples, we have seen the volume also participating very well. So that should give additional level of confirmation that breakout, if it is with good volume, it's always a very, very nice place to enter into for the trade. Right. Similarly, rather than textbook example, we'll take two other examples which are Nifty, which is most traded one. Right. So we'll just look at Nifty for 5 minutes, 15 minutes range breakout. So when you see the range out here, when you see the range, you see that this is the range. Once the range is broken, it has gone down. We see idea after the FPO. It's like trading, and there's a lot of interest. So let's take an example of idea. So even after the IPO and initial buzz, there was some sort of consolidation of which range. So open range here in this particular case was suggesting more of consolidation, that there were equal amount of buying and selling interest. And once it broke out, it went up. So there are three strategies that you can look at. Number one is what we have seen for Nifty out here. In this case, the support is broken. The support is broken. In FL we saw. It is the resistance which got broken, and a nice uptrend or downtrend or sideways market has come. So we have seen three nice examples. Now we'll see how TSR can help you to identify these things in a much easier way. Okay, so what do we support? As I mentioned, we support from 5 minutes to 4 hours tick. Ideally, people or traders, they go for either 15 minutes or 30 minutes, or in some cases, they even go for 1 hour. So all the ticks are supported out here. Then we have a lot of simple pre-created strategies for you, which we'll be seeing in a short while. We have a lot of advanced strategies which you can mix along with other indicators. We'll see in a short while. Then you can mix open range strategies along with others, right? So three simple strategies. So without spending much time on the slides, let's straight away go into the strategies. So where do you get strategies? You go to topstockresearch.com. Then you go into custom screener. So once you click there, you come to our favorite custom screener. Then you have open range strategy. So remember, we had open range breakout and breakdown. Now we are trying to remove it in favor of a much simpler and more powerful. Though this was working very well, but some of our users found it a little more complex. So our idea is to reduce the complexity and give you something which is of much easier way to use. Okay, so when you click on open range strategies out here, you will see that the default option is 15 minutes. You can change it to any other things, breakout. So what we have tried to do is we have tried to keep it very simple, that for the new users or most common stuff, you can just go with 15 minutes breakout. When you look at this, okay, there's no stock which is coming. So let's look at a slightly bigger audience. So there's no breakout which we could see out there, maybe some breakdowns on the default strategies. So when you go and look at this, let me also change it to 5 minutes to make it easy. So when you look at this chart, this is the stock where open range breakout has happened on what tick was it? We were looking at 15 minutes tick, right? So that is one way of looking at it. The second way is you go into some more. Okay, let's keep it simple. So when you run open range 15 minutes, there were not too many, because the market started, what we are seeing is end of the day market started sometime in the morning, and during the course of time there could have been a breakout and breakdown, a lot of breakdown. So what we can do is we can look at a slightly higher period interval for breakouts. Let's look at some of the stocks. Again, no stocks in FNO. So let's look at some bigger picture on all stocks of Nifty. So when you look at this, again, all stocks may not give very good this thing, but when you look at this, the open range breakout in this case, again, not a very decisive one. Let's go into some other stock. So this was the range where the breakout is there. This was the range where the open range was from here to here level, and the breakout happened almost in the last tick, because that's what we are searching, is when the open range is broken, right? So the best way of looking at open range breakout breakdown is during market hours, which you can see on any of the trading day. Okay. Then similarly, you can look for breakdown. When you look at a breakdown, again, there are certain stocks where the first 30 minutes candle range is broken. So when you see the open range, so that range got broken down in the last candle, and that's what we are searching, is when the open range is breaking out and breaking down. Similarly, you have another strategy, pretty much built-in strategy, and when you see in the live market, you'll see much better quality of stocks because of the reasons that market is more volatile. Here what we are seeing is a static market, right, at the end of the day. The third option is within range. This helps you for consolidation, where the stocks are consolidating within that open range of 30, right? If you see, this was the open range and market was completely out here. So this could be another interesting thing for you to observe, that the stocks which are consolidating, they may have potential of breaking out and breaking down, right? Similarly, AB Infra, again, not a very good quality stock. Let's see if we can get something more interesting in NSE 500. Adani Wilmar. So the open range was this. It started from this level, and it up to this level, open range, and it has given it was pretty much consolidating till end of this thing, right? So it was almost within the range of open range. So as I mentioned, the open range can be on very volatile, like in this case, the open range, all the news or whatever happened overnight got factored in the huge volatility, and after that market was pretty stable out here, right? So these are three simple strategies that you can look for: open range on any tick, within range, breakout, and breakdown. Now, also what you would want to do is you want to try out other strategies which can be more complex. So what you can do is you can look at advanced option and open range. Basically, you have an option of the range being the highs and lows of the candles, or you can go for the body, this thing. And then minimum open range. What should be the minimum open range? So default is 2%, so that you have some sort of volatility after which it breaks. And then we'll see some of these other options also out here, right? So when we run with more advanced option and see where the open range is coming in the consolidation, what we are looking here is within range. Let's see on the breakout. When we see on the breakout, no records as we have seen. Maybe we go into a slightly bigger time frame to see if there is any good results. Again, not much. We look at 4 hours interval, maybe we'll find some stocks. Yeah, we find one stock which has given the open range breakout. So the range in this case is here, and out here, and it has broken it has broken just at the last candle, and that's what we are looking for is when the stock breaks open range. Now there can be another scenario where user would want that so in this case what we are looking for is first breakout and no breakdown. There can be an option where breakdown is acceptable, but it should be the first breakout. So when you change this option is another thing. I hope we get more results out here. No, we don't get too many more results. So in this case what happens is it will give you first breakout and it will ignore any breakdown. In this case it will give first breakout and there's no breakdown out here. The third one option is every time it crosses the above limit. So we have got requirements where users want that every time the stock crosses above open range, you should get alert. So in this case, we hope that we get too many results. Again, not too good. Maybe we go into a smaller time frame. Maybe we see some more alerts. Yeah. So in this case, when we go to open range on 2 hours chart, so 9:15 to 11:15, so this becomes the open range. This becomes the open range. Every time it crosses that limit, you'll get alert. So you'll get alert here, you'll get alert here, you'll get alert here, you'll get alert here. So these are also some of the strategies where users would like to get into the stock. Then we have some of the other options where the range is open range is broken and it is sustaining. So once the range is broken, it has never came down below that level. So let's try to run this thing. There are quite a few interesting stocks which have come. Adani Energy, for example's sake. So first 2 hours candle in this case is here to here. Once the open range is broken, it has never breached that level. It is all sustaining. So that's what it's trying to do, right? So quite a few number of stocks in this case you'll get. Again, in this case, once the open range is broken, it is sustaining. So how can you use this thing is once it is sustaining, then you can look at the stock and just see that if the stock is trending, then it may still have potential to get in. Like for in this case, if you have missed out this bus, you see that still there's a lot of volume confirmation you could have entered in this place also, right? So that can be another good strategy to get in. Then we have another strategy where it has given breakout and taken support. So when you look at the stocks, some of the stocks out here, in this case, the 2 hours candle, is it has given a breakout of 2 hours candle and then it has again taken a support. So this can again be a good strategy. As I mentioned, open range is very clear support resistance. Once the resistance is broken, if it acts as support or if it bounces from there, then again it gives a lot better confirmation over here, right? So this strategy also you can use it. Another example where open range is broken and then this is not very good example. Over here, once the open range is broken, it has given it is hovering around support. So not a great again example out here, but this is how you can use open breakout and taken support. Another interesting thing is fake breakout. When the breakout has happened, but it is not sustainable, it has given a fake breakout. So in this case, we go to BLS. Then over here, the resistance is broken. Resistance is broken, but it has again retraced back. So once it retraces, then there can be a good possibility of moving out of the stock or taking fresh short positions, right? Depending on your trading profile. So I'll repeat what we have seen so far is in breakout, first breakout, no breakdowns. First breakout, ignore breakdowns. Every time it crosses above the open range, breakout and sustaining, breakout and taken support, and fake breakout. Similarly, same scenario goes for breakdown, right? So in open range strategy, again, what you can use is in your case, what you are using is 15, or in this case, we are using 2 hours open range, right? Then the breaking of open range can be on a subsequent either 5-minute candle or 10-minute candle or any other candle based on its open, high, low, close, whichever price you feel that is the right price, right? So that's generally about open range strategies that you can use. Almost all important strategies that we are aware of, we have tried to cover, we have implemented in simplest possible way. If you feel that any of the strategy, there could be any other strategy on open range, we'll be happy to get it implemented, right? So coming back to slide, we have seen open range breakout, breakdown, consolidation, which is standing, which is still within that range. Then some of the strategies we have seen: breakout, breakdown, fake breakdown, taken support, taken resistance, breakout sustaining, consolidation. All these patterns we have briefly touched upon. Advantages, again I'll repeat this thing because after completing some of the live example, it will be a good refresher. You have very clearly defined time range, you have very clearly defined support and resistance, you have it helps you to identify overnight volatility, whatever news and other things are there. Good liquidity because it's a fresh start. Generally first 15 minutes to half an hour is the time where a substantial amount of trade happens in any market, right? So there's good amount of liquidity, there's good risk and reward ratio. Play with the system, use it for some time, see what really works for you. Have you really mastered this strategy? If you have done it and use it effectively, you can make some good trading profits. Clearly identifiable stop loss, right? So these are things like any strategy. Again, there are certain pros and cons or certain cautions you need to take care of. Again, in this example, there is a fake breakout, so that's where your this thing will come in. The stop loss, clearly defined stop loss. If you see open range breakout and it's not following parent trend, then you if it is following parent trend, it's great. If it is not following parent trend, then go with little more caution, better stop losses. If it is not aligned with overall market, maybe there's some good news in the stocks which has taken it early in the morning, but overall sentiment is bad, even either in sector or in the overall market, then it may give adverse results. Visualization of chart, as we have seen, a visualization is slightly challenging because what you need to see is either 5 minutes tick or 15 minutes. So in this case, what you are looking at is 5 minutes tick. So or whereas the open range we are selecting is the 30 minutes. So it becomes slightly more difficult to have those two things together. So visualization can be a little challenging out here. So in this particular example, the visualization you have to see that, okay, 9:15 to whatever period you are selecting. So that becomes a little more difficult to do in terms of visualization, but with little practice, it'll come out very naturally. So additional considerations, apart from just open range breakout and breakdown, we have seen that as volume has plays a very important role. It helps you to get into conviction level that how much market participation is there in that breakout and breakdown. Use previous support and resistance level, that will also help you to minimize your risk. Use previous caps or reversals, pull back, and so on and so forth, right? So again, this is we have created, even though it's itself is a standalone strategy, what we have done is we have tried to put in custom screener where you can easily use volume. You can just compare with the previous day's volume. If you want to compare with previous day's volume, just select the previous day volume and see how it is compared to previous day. That could be a good strategy. In this case, the previous day volume is higher. You can also see some of the other aspects, like you can see that there's a long candle or long white candle is there, the latest candle. So that will also help you to figure out things that okay, the volume is good, long white candle is there, so it can give you better confirmation. And again, as usual, you can use any of the technicals or other parameters to use it, right? So typical audience for this, scalping, a very good candidate for that, intraday traders and swing traders. For swing traders, we're doing it for a little more time. As I mentioned, use previous support resistance and the previous levels, overall trend sentiments, that can help you, the swing traders, also to get into the trade faster than rather than looking for some of the other things, right? So that's pretty much about what I wanted to cover on open range. So if you like this video, please do subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share it with more audience. The more number of audience we have or more number of subscribers helps us to build more strategies. So in coming days, we'll bring more videos with more advanced price action strategies. What we have covered today is open range. Hopefully in a week's time, we'll cover a previous range, which can be a previous day or previous week or previous month. That's something which we want to cover almost in the same lines, right? And then we have a lot of other interesting breakout breakdowns and other price action videos and product enhancements in coming days, right? So with that, I'm signing off again from this presentation. We hope to see you both in the next presentation as well as in the TSR. If you need any help, support to use it most effectively, you can always reach out to us using support call numbers, or if you feel that you want to give your query first, you can always use our contact us form. Use contact us over here. You can post your queries, and the more descriptive queries we have will be better prepared to answer your questions, and that will save your time as well, right? So we would suggest you to get into or utilize our support system, both telephonic as well as email or web based, right? We'll be more than happy to help you. Hope you like this session or this strategy and usage of this strategy also. We hope that it will bring a lot of benefit to you guys, right? So signing off now. Thank you so much. See you soon.